Guys, what's up? Welcome back to the channel. In today's video, we're going to be doing a modification to the Escalade to get our trans temp down a lot cooler. I think you know where this is going. This does have the 10L80 10 speed, so it's not like you can just do the transmission bypass like you can in the 8L90s and 6L80s. So this one we are going to put a transcooler in. I'll show you which one I got and we'll get started. It shouldn't be too bad of an install. I'd like to do AN lines and fittings, but I think I'm going to do that later just because I'm a little pressed for time. I really don't have time to run all the lines to the transmission. So I'll show you how we're going to do it. This is kind of how the manual tells you to do it. And yeah, hopefully the video is a little more HD. I just picked up a new phone today. So yeah, stay tuned. Here's the cooler we've got. We went with the Mishimoto. This is the kind of universal fit. Basically a true cool 40. It is a 40K cooler. However, it is the quality of Mishimoto. So you guys, if you know anything, you know that these guys make really nice intercoolers, transcoolers, radiators, etc. Been in the game for a long time. I got this just because it was 160 bucks, whereas the direct fit was like almost 400 bucks, I think. I really can't remember. And for what I'm using this for, it's going to do the exact same thing. People usually see 30 to 40 degree temperature drop. Right now, most days it runs anywhere from like 170 to 185. And then if you drive for a while, especially in these hot 90 degree summer days, it gets up to 200 degrees, which in my opinion is just way too hot. Especially for these newer style transmissions. So we're going to get this installed. It does come with some bracketry and some hose. I'm really hoping we have enough hose. If not, I'll have to run out and get some. Not a big deal, but we'll go ahead and start pulling this thing apart and show you how to do this. All right, here we are. Got them Speed Engineering shorty headers still looking good. We're gonna go ahead and, just like anything, take our negative terminal off, since we do have to kind of pull the active grill shutter out and temporarily unplug it. We'll go ahead and pull all these clips out, get this little trim piece off, and then from there we'll pull the grill out, and then we should only have to pull the active shutters out, and we can go from there and put in the cooler. You guys know the drill. Get in the middle part first, pop it up, and then let's see here. From there you can pop the whole thing out, just like so. Go around, take all these out. All right, so once we got this trim cover out, it looks like we have to take these 10mm bolts out. There's 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, possibly 7, 8. I'm not sure if we have to take this part of the little bumper off or not, but we're going to start by taking those out, zipping them out, and seeing if we can just yank it out from there. So after looking further on a video on how to do this, you can't just yank the grill out like you can on the trucks. So we actually have to pull this whole front bumper's assembly out. There's some bolts on the bottom, and there's one up here on the side that you can actually see. Let's see, up in there, a little 7mm, so that we can yank the whole front end off. We have to undo this clip, and then from there are that right there, and there's another one right there. Unclip those, pull those out, and then you can yank this entire front end off. So I'm gonna get something to lay on the ground. I'm not gonna record all this because this is not a video on how to get the whole front end off. This is a video on how to install a transcooler. So I'm gonna get this off. I don't know how long it's gonna take. Hopefully not too long. Hopefully don't break anything. And yeah. All right, here we are. We got the whole front end off, which is basically what you have to do to pull the grill out, which at some point in time I'm going to be doing to put a black grill, because my wife really wants a black grill on this. So now we need to take this whole active grill shutter assembly out. Looks like it's a bunch of 10mm bolts. We'll unplug it and pull it out. I might eventually delete this, but for now it's staying. But yeah, we'll go ahead and mount this transcooler. We'll probably go behind this metal bracket because obviously these need to open and close. So let's yank that thing up. All right, now that we got the grill and the active shutters out of the way, we can start mocking up where we want to put the cooler. We know we're gonna have to mount it to these brackets here. So I don't know if it'll have to go in front or behind. I'm assuming behind just because the shutters have to open and close, so we'll mount it behind. And I'm gonna start mocking this thing up and seeing what I can do. All right, so I've been messing with this thing for a little while. I didn't really want to record, but I just basically put a Z-bend in this bracket to go basically the width of the cooler. So bend and then bend that way. Drilled a hole here and bolted it. Put 2 bolts on that side and this side, and it's mounted. It's firm, but it still moves a little bit. So I went ahead and drilled a hole through the bottom. There's a piece of metal right there. And then I just bent a little L bracket. I've got to drill a hole in this bracket a little bit. I'm gonna tighten the bolt down here just so I can see how far it'll pull down, just to see where I'm gonna put the hole at. And then same thing on this side. So another L bracket wherever I put it. Here it is. So just another L bracket that'll go behind the tab right about there, and then that should secure it nicely. Once we do that, I'll show you how I'm going to actually plumb this in. Alrighty guys, got the Mishimoto Transcooler mounted using the included erector set looking mounts. It's really not that bad. I'm gonna go ahead and trim this just so you don't see it, but it's mounted it real secure. It's nice in the middle. I just have to put my hoses on. I may just see if I can cut this bracket. I really don't want to unbolt it because it's kind of a pain to bolt up. But yeah. All right, so here it is. I went ahead and trimmed the brackets just to make it look a little bit better. Now, so we're gonna take these lines, and right here is the line that we're gonna put on this side. Pop it out. This is a transmission hose. You can also pop it out. Let's see. It'd probably be best to pop it out right here. That way you have that down there as your oil coolers. So then your other one should be right at the top as well. It's the one that goes to the condenser. You can pull this side off here and go from here. I'm thinking we're still probably gonna have to buy some hose, unfortunately. So let me go ahead and pop these off and see what it looks like. All right, so we got it all plumbed up. We actually did have enough, more than enough hose. And I plumbed it just straight from where the factory lines go into the condenser. That's how the trans is cooled on these. Let's see if I can get it. So there's the clamp going onto this side. And then over here, same thing, come up right where it goes into the condenser. You can just leave it open. So now we just gotta put the front end back together. All right, we got the whole front end back together, all the many different bolts and clips back in. It's all rigid now. I'm gonna go ahead and fire it up before I put that on there, just so I can get a look at these hoses to make sure I don't see anything leaking right at the hose. And then from there, I'm probably gonna let it idle for a little while, let it warm up. I don't have time to go drive it for like 30 plus minutes tonight, and my wife's gonna drive this thing to work in the morning, and I do not. The video got cut off. I'm trying to learn this new phone. It's got the little side piece. But like I said, I don't like modifying my wife's car and then just sending her off. I like to make sure everything is exactly how it's supposed to be. So I'm going to let this thing idle for a little while. Let the trans temp get up. I'll drive it up and down the road real quick, and I'll check all my connections there, over there. And I'll just kind of peek in there and look at the transcooler. As you can see here, with everything installed, especially with the active grill shutters in, you can't really see much of the Mishimoto. You can see here when we look up in there, you can. But this should definitely help with our trans temps. Keep this 10-speed nice and cool. I'm gonna go ahead and put the negative cable back on and we'll start it up and see what we're looking at. And this is the amount of hose I have left over. I see a lot of videos where people don't even have enough for one side, or only have enough for one side rather, and this is what I had left over. Most people probably go to different places and they might be right. I mean, time will tell to make sure we're doing the right thing. I think this is like some kind of extension, so you can extend the hose like that. Did not end up using those. Got some extra clamps and got an extra bracket. Overall, it really wasn't that bad of an install. Modifying these brackets to exactly what you want definitely took the longest. And then just routing all the hoses. It's really tight reach areas. So overall, it was pretty easy to install, just time consuming. So like I said, we're going to start this thing up, make sure we don't have any leaks, and see how much cooler the trans runs. Go ahead and fire this thing up. The MagnaFlow still sounds pretty good. No warning lights on the dash. It's always good. That's what this thing sounds like cold. Definitely a lot more aggressive than stock, but overall not crazy. Definitely not the high country. As you can see here, it's already taming down. Still have the factory resonator, so it's definitely pretty tame. Yeah, we're gonna make sure. So here we are, started it up. We're gonna make sure we don't have any leaks. Actually sounds like I need to tighten those headers a little bit. Might be a little leak there, but anyways. Make sure we don't have any trans fluid coming out of that one. Or this one. Looking dry so far. Let's see if I can look down in there. Doesn't look like anything's leaking. Looking good. So I'm gonna probably just keep this off for now until I'm totally done and know we're not leaking anything. And yeah, I'm gonna probably take this thing on a drive. Our trans temp is currently 127. We'll let it get up a little bit. I mean, ideally, hopefully it doesn't get much hotter than like 150. So we're just gonna let it sit here and idle for a little while. Go from there. All right, guys, so just taking this thing for a little quick drive. Definitely not going too far. We're at 135 degrees right now. I'll get my wife to update me, send me some pictures and videos tomorrow on her way to work. And then especially when she gets to work to see how hot the trans got. I'll wait till she does it in the afternoon as well when it's hotter outside. But so far, she's staying cool. We'll see how hot it gets. Try to run this thing a little harder. But yeah. See if you guys can hear this exhaust or not. I'm gonna traction control on. We're just gonna put it to the floor at a stop. All right, so a little spirited driving, quite a bit of flooring, got it up to 150. Honestly, it probably shouldn't get much higher than this. And again, we do need to add a little bit of trans fluid since we're adding capacity. I believe it's like 0.65 quarts. So it's not too crazy much, but you definitely want to go back and add that. I'm not going to do it tonight. I will do it one day this week. But yeah, make sure you don't forget to check your fluid. Just check the level. I mean, honestly, you might not have to. Maybe you were already overfilled and now this got it to where it was proper level. But just know that adding the Mishimoto Transcooler, or any Transcooler for that matter, you are adding capacity, which means you need to add some fluid to your current volume. As you can see here, it went to 151. It's already back to 149. So I'd imagine it'll probably stay around this temperature, especially in the summer. This is about what my trans stays at in my Silverado. So yeah. All right, so we're at about 153 degrees. Let's see, make sure we're not leaking. Put my light on. Not seeing any leaks. I can definitely feel fluid running through the lines. Let's check this one out. Looks good. Peek up in here. Not seeing any leaks. Also not seeing any leaks. So looks like we got a successful install. Alright guys, that's it for today's video. I'm Filthy. Hopefully you guys learned a thing or two about installing the Mishimoto Transcooler in a 15 to 20 Escalade, Tahoe, Yukon, Suburban, etc. It'd be the same principle for this. These trucks are probably a little bit easier just because you have to take the whole front end off of this. There's just less room to work in these SUVs versus the trucks, but overall it's pretty easy. Eventually I'll probably go back and put AN fittings and lines on it and run it to the actual transmission, but for now this works great. It's probably gonna be fine for many years to come. But yeah, we'll keep you updated. I'm closing the video out now, but I'll go ahead later on and take some more video clips of how hot the trans is, driving it down the road on longer trips, just to make sure we're actually doing what this cooler is supposed to do, and that's to cool our trans temps. So stay tuned. Thank you guys for watching. Please subscribe to the channel. It's really helping us out. The more subscribers and action we get on these videos, we can do more performance stuff. This thing's about to get yanked out. Got the engine cooler in the back. So stay tuned and see you guys on the next one. Thanks.